Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Dweeb Factory. My name is Bo.
My name's Hunter.
And this is GameTalk. The first item of business that we're going to jump into is going to be Final Fantasy VII on the iOS. One of the reasons we're really excited about Final Fantasy VII being on iOS is because it's essentially the same thing they're doing with Fallout Shelter to Fallout 4 is let's get everyone excited about our new game that's coming out. It's a remaster of the old Final Fantasy VII. And so I'm assuming there to whet everyone's palate for a while, get everyone familiar with it again, and then throw them into the PlayStation 4 realm of Final Fantasy VII. What do you think about everything, Hunter?
I mean, Final Fantasy VII is the most popular. It's the most iconic of the franchise, and I completely agree with you. It's really to get the fans back into it and get them excited for this remaster. I'm really excited for it. I'm excited to see what they're going to do for it because it's an iOS 7. I mean, iOS game. You know, I mean, it's could look great. I mean, it's probably going to run great. It's going to be a great thing. Take it wherever you want, play it wherever you want, that kind of thing.
I think it'll be pretty smooth.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, you can get an emulator and play a PlayStation 2 game on your phone, and it's smooth. So I think it's going to be a fantastic game for someone who's a huge fan of the old Final Fantasy. Have it on the go, have it mobile with you. I think it's great. Next item of business is going to be Destiny Year 2. They recently, the developers of Destiny recently at Bungie, they recently had a Twitch live stream and talked about a lot of the new content that's going to be coming out for Destiny in Year 2. It's not necessarily called Year 2, right? It's just within the second year of Destiny.
Yeah, this it's called The Taken King, and that's the next big expansion, their third one. With that, they're starting their Year 2. It's their next big start, and they're making a lot of big changes. You're going to have double vault space. You're going to have more space for quests and bounties, and you're gonna be able to turn those in for the menu. They're getting you more involved with rep factions and all that fun stuff. They're gonna get you better with gear. You're gonna have it's more of a thing where you get to pick and choose, play the way you want with how you look in the tower and all that fun stuff. The biggest thing though is that if you are a new player, they have an item called the Spark of Light, and with that, you only have it once, and you get to put on whatever character you want, and it automatically boosts them to level 25, so you can jump right in with all your friends.
I like Destiny because of how calloused of a game it is. It looks beautiful. So for someone who's a huge fan of MMOs kind of are famous for having crap graphics compared to everything else. Let's be honest with each other. Even though like World of Warcraft recently did like an update on their graphics and whatnot, I think it's great that you can have a group game like this, go do raids, go do a lot of, I guess, grinding out and farming and whatnot for rep or currency, whatever it is that you're doing, and it looks fantastic and it performs fantastically. And so Year 2, I think, is going to be pretty good. Hopefully, they add some good stuff.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big one.
The next, speaking of DLC, we're going to talk a little bit about Witcher 3. I know we talked about Witcher 3 last time. We've talked about Witcher 3 a couple times. It's a fantastic game, though. I really think it's interesting that the developers from Project Red came out and said, no, the downloadable content for a video game should be free, because you're paying for a game. Just because we can't get you the entire full game right now doesn't mean you always have to keep paying for stuff to play our game. Do you think it's beneficial for them to put out downloadable content that's free, or do you think it's better to have downloadable content that you should pay for?
It's better to have it for free. It's a way to give back to the fans and show how much do you appreciate them buying your game and supporting your franchise. I think it's a great idea. I think it should be that way always. It's really ridiculous to have to buy a game for $60 and then go out and then pay another $60 for the season pass, or having even pre-order bonuses. I mean, it's not that you're still paying the same price for a pre-order, but I mean, it makes you want to jump on that more and buy it faster. Well, I mean, the pre-order bonuses, you're going to get the same stuff that you get out of anything else, and that's what this Witcher 3 DLC is doing, because you're going to get what you got is the same stuff that you get from pre-order bonuses with skins and items and like missions and stuff like that. I mean, I think what Project Red did was a great idea.
I do too, and I just think it's great because it breaks the industry standard of, well, let's just nickel and dime everyone. Let's try and get as much money out of people as we can. And I understand that you're running a business. Everyone's out to make a living, so I understand that. However, I really like what you said about Hunter, about giving back to the fans. Whenever E3 came about and we saw the whole, DICE and EA come out with this completely staged, completely just perfect gameplay trailer of Battlefield, of Star Wars Battlefront, excuse me. And everyone knew, like, that's not how the game is going to play. That is not how the game is going to happen, with Punk Buster not kicking someone out every 5 seconds and whatnot. It's going to be a lot different. And so for someone to come in and something like that is completely honest and straightforward, I can really appreciate it. I mean, I like Witcher. The first 2 games, I don't know if I was as huge of a fan of them as this one, but I really like Witcher 3. And so the fact that they're doing this to give back is awesome.
Yeah.
Really, really like that. Another game that we hope is going to give back to us is Rainbow Six Siege. Which we're not, I don't know if we're all that excited about, but what are your thoughts on Rainbow Six Siege?
I hope it's a lot better than what we've seen in the alpha gameplay. Because if that's what we're going to expect, just spawning into a wall for a multiplayer match, then I don't know what else that we can say about it.
Bad. Rainbow Six Siege, it's... I don't know. We've watched a lot of alpha gameplay, and a lot of people are like, well, this is alpha gameplay. This isn't going to affect us, blah, blah, blah. And come on, guys. Who are we talking about here? This is Ubisoft. We've seen the awful, broken games that they've put out. Some people can argue otherwise. When it gets down to it, those are good games.
Yeah.
They're beautiful, look fine. When they perform well, blah, blah, blah. But I really don't want to, when I buy a Dodge Viper or a whatever, I don't want to put my freaking car in the shop every month. I don't want to do that. Dodge, but let's talk for another time. Fired up, bro. But that's essentially, I don't want to have that happen. And so for the alpha to be that poorly done, it's like, I mean, I've seen Blizzard alphas, which Blizzard's kind of a bad company to compare it to because of how awesome they are with things like that. But you look at alpha gameplay of other games, and they're not this broken.
Yeah.
They're not this broken.
Yeah, there's just nothing that... I mean, it doesn't even look like a next-gen game. It's only for next-gen, and it looks like a very early-on PS3 or Xbox 360 game. It doesn't look very detailed or anything.
Yeah. Now, a lot of people are big into, well, I don't care about graphics so much as I do gameplay, which that's a good argument.
Yeah.
However, when you call something next-gen, I kind of expect it to look that way.
To at least look decent or average compared to everything else, but when it looks mediocre in this case, that's what it looked like.
Yeah, and I feel like that argument only applies to, I played a PlayStation 2 game that I really liked, and I can still play it and get enough excitement out of it, so graphics don't matter, but oh well. Some of the other gameplay that that's exciting is Arkham Knight. I haven't played Arkham Knight as much. As everyone knows, I'm a PC gamer, and Arkham Knight's not released on PC yet. It was for a little bit, and it sucked for a while, but Hunter knows a lot more about Arkham Knight. We're going to let him delve into a lot more of what the DLC is about.
Yeah. So I'm just going to be talking about our first DLC, A Matter of Family DLC, and it's a prequel set before Arkham Asylum. And in this one, you're taking the hands as Batgirl, and you're going with teaming up with Robin to stop Joker and Harley Quinn to save Commissioner Gordon. And you get to see, that's nice to see Batgirl in her own form and just seeing how she takes on a story without anything with Batman. Batman's not in this at all because the Joker's threat is, if he comes, he dies. So it's, the basic villain stuff. You get to see her own special gadgets and how she hacks and everything because, she's Oracle, so she can do whatever she wants. And it's just it's really short, but I think that for the price, because it's like $4, it's a good thing that you get out of it.
Only $4?
Yeah, it's really small. I mean, maybe like 6 or something like that, but it's like an hour and a half of gameplay.
How many are in there? Because there's different stories in there, right?
No, this is just one. I mean, you have the season pass, but this is just one of the things.
Oh, you're right. The season pass came with Red Hood and
no, that was
and
a
all
pre-order
that.
bonus.
I don't know
The
anything
only
about
thing that's
Arkham
coming
Knight,
from the
guys, I'm
season
sorry.
pass is the Batgirl DLC and
Oh, okay.
yeah.
But how is it though? Like in regards to, does it play well? Do you find it more enjoyable than the original Arkham Knight gameplay? How do you feel about all that?
It plays really well. The combat's very close to Batman. I mean, you have your different gadgets with Batgirl because she has her own set because she's a better hacker and all that stuff. The story is really good. I like to see that the story, since doesn't involve Batman, doesn't like a super aggressive Batman. It involves, Batgirl and Robin too. Robin helps her out a little bit. And you even see that little romance between Barbara Gordon and Tim Drake, just how that involves. And even at the end, you get to see how the encounter between Barbara Gordon and Commissioner Gordon when she's in Batgirl, because she doesn't really talk when he's like trying to talk to her, because she's like, you can't hear my voice because I'm secretly your daughter underneath this mask. So
she's trying to be all different and stuff.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
when she's around him, but it's a great character progression. She does a great job.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I know a lot of the voice actors in there are pretty prestigious.
Yeah.
Like Mark Hamill doing Joker and whatnot.
Yeah, Mark Hamill doing Joker, Ashley Greene doing Batgirl. You have the guy from Breaking Bad doing Commissioner Gordon. I can't remember his name though.
Yeah, I don't remember his name either. I just know him as the guy from Malcolm in the Middle. But I just think it's cool that there's that much work and time that have gone into Arkham Knight. Something as simple as Batman that we all grew up with, right?
Yeah.
Just watching Batman and whatnot, blah blah blah. But I just think that the amount of content that we're able to see from this world continuously on a different angle, I think is fantastic. Arkham Knight's available on all platforms, right? That's on Xbox 360 as well.
No, it's only next gen, PS4, Xbox One. It was on PC, but
okay. Well, my bad. I meant PlayStation and Xbox. I'm sorry. Something that, and the reason I bring that up is because something Hunter and I were talking about before we came on set was, do exclusives really matter? Do exclusive games really matter to, I guess, in the grand scheme of things? You know, or was it Bloodborne? I keep wanting to say Battleborn, but Bloodborne being on PlayStation 4 only. We have games like Halo being only on Xbox One, and also
the new Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah, that's it that I was looking for, Tomb Raider and whatnot. Do you think it's beneficial that we have exclusives, or do you think it's bad?
I think it's more of a 50-50 thing. It is beneficial because you get to see like how both consoles can fare and how they can bring out better stuff than the other. It shows the more competition game. It's better for marketing, but that's its flaw because, I mean, who wants to go buy two consoles? I mean, if you have the money and you want to, sure, to get both, to get both games and stuff like that. But frankly, I don't. That's when we're talking about all the different console stuff. That's one thing with. We're bringing out Microsoft, they bought out Rise of the Tomb Raider, and that's a sequel to Tomb Raider, which was on every console. Now it's only on Xbox One, and so it's kind of irritating because it's like that's a game that I really loved, and I can't play the sequel because I don't have the console, and I don't want to go spend a bunch of money just to play one game.
Yeah, I don't know. Here's the reason I think it's a good thing is because those exclusives are made to actually, what's the word I'm looking for? To actually showcase the benefits of each console, to showcase really what's the best part about this, to compare it to, I don't know, a car or something. Let's showcase the leather in this car, but let's also showcase the navigation in this car. I don't know, however you want to put it. But that's where I think it's a good thing, is let's have a game specifically developed to really show the potential of the PlayStation 4, to really show the potential of the Xbox One or what have you. So that's the reason I think it's a good thing. I think it's frustrating when I really liked Tomb Raider, the whatever it was, and then suddenly it's only available on one console.
Yeah, that's
not all of us are financially stable enough to afford that, and I understand that. However, I think there's also, just being a fan of gaming in general, I play PC, so usually everything's available on PC. But for when something like you can play Dark Souls on PlayStation and Xbox and computer, but you can't play Bloodborne on anything. And so for me, who's a fan of those Souls games, and who's a fan of that kind of studio, I'm like, well, dang it, I wish that was available on PC. But then you really get to see how
it showcases its own console and how it's better and everything.
I don't know. I think that's cool. The next thing we're going to talk about, speaking of consoles, while we're on the subject, we're going to talk about Xbox compatibility. We mean backwards compatibility. So not just from the 1 to the 360, we're talking all the way to the beginning, to the original Xbox. How do you think that's going to fit? Well, recap. First up, Hunter's going to catch us up to date on how everything happened with that, how that came about, why this is a big deal, because this has all pretty much happened today.
I don't.
Yesterday,
it was announced yesterday. That's what it was. It came out. All the news came out. So I mean, we already had at E3 them announce, we're gonna take this Xbox One and you're gonna be able to play your Xbox 360 games on it. Everybody's big about that. Well, then you had fans asking on Twitter, well, what about the original Xbox? Like, what about those games? And then you had, you have some remastered versions, but it's not entirely like the same. And the Microsoft's head came out and said that their department that's doing the whole backwards compatibility thing, they said they are looking into it, but the main thing for them right now is focusing on the Xbox 360, but they're not leaving it out of the question. They are talking about bringing those original Xbox games to
Oh, so
Xbox
it's just
One.
rumored right now.
Well, it's not real. He said that we are looking into it. So, it's not an official thing, but it could be possibly in the works.
How would that even come about? Would that just be like a simple software update, or what would that be?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
it could be anyway. Software disk, who knows?
That's true. Yeah, because obviously the software that they use to write those games onto those discs is probably going to be a different version of the current software they're already using, or it's going to be a straight up different software. So they probably have to do something to where that current software reads the old stuff, yada yada. I'm sure it's much more complex than just do a patch.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's way more complex than that. Plus, you have to write the patch. But I don't know. I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
I love the original Xbox. I think it's great. That's one of my favorite consoles. But Gearbox owns Duke Nukem now. There was this big old fuss. Again, Hunter knows a lot more about this than I do, but there was this big old fuss about everything that happened with the whole Gearbox thing. Gearbox, there was some lawsuit with it was
between Interceptor Entertainment and we have 3D Realms. There was the developer, and so basically
for Duke Nukem.
Yeah, for Duke
Sorry,
Nukem.
We didn't even say that. For Duke Nukem.
Yeah, because there was going to be a new game release for Duke Nukem, and it was dropped in February, I think, last year. And then the 3D Realms, they came in, they wanted to take it, and then Gearbox basically stepped in. They said, no, we own it because they claimed the rights in 2010.
Oh.
So basically, there was just this big lawsuit because it's like, we actually own it. You can't make the game unless we say so, and we don't really want to work with you, I guess. Who knows how it went out, but basically now Gearbox owns, now they own Duke Nukem. So that could be really good. Think about it. Borderlands, creators of Borderlands, and now soon to be Battleborn, bringing in Duke Nukem. Who knows how that'll turn out?
Would you play that game?
I probably would because I love Gearbox. I'm a big fan of Borderlands. I'm really excited for Battleborn. So
I'm playing a lot of Borderlands right now, pre-sequel and Borderlands 2. And something I really like is in Borderlands 2, you come into some random little outpost, bandit outpost, and some guy comes down and is like, finally some dang action or something, and all the voice acting, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
The amount of witty things that they say, all of the innuendos, how vulgar it is, how hilarious it is. Zero only speaks in haikus for some reason.
Yeah.
It's great. So
When he
for
does
something like Duke Nukem to come out from Gearbox, I really hope that they put on their own little flair to it. Plus, it's, as we say almost every episode, it's a lot of Dallas pride anyway. So yay Dallas. So I don't know. I played the original Duke Nukem back in the day. For some reason, when I was 7 or 8, my dad let me play it for some weird reason. But
bad parenting.
Or effective parenting to desensitize us, so I'm not affected by things as much. But he let us play Duke Nukem for some weird reason, and it was a blast. Loved Duke Nukem. It was just such a different feel, and I really hope that Gearbox takes it and runs with it, because we haven't heard them announce anything. They haven't
announced
said,
anything.
We're going to start developing anything.
Yeah, maybe they'll do after they're done with Battleborn and all the DLC. Who knows?
Yeah,
it'd be nice though.
Well, I hope they do some in the next couple of years, because Duke Nukem's hilarious. Last item of business we're going to get into is one thing that I'm extremely excited about, which is Until Dawn, which is a role-playing horror video game. It is going to be, you can play it from the eyes of, can you play it from more than one character? I know you can do male and female.
Yeah, I think it's just the male and female character.
Okay, so just male and female characters. They have some pretty prestigious voice acting in there as well, but can you tell us a little bit more about Until Dawn, Hunter?
Well, the biggest thing about it is that it is a role-playing horror game. All your decisions will affect the outcomes, with people living and dying. And that's the biggest thing for me, because I love role-playing games. I'm the biggest fan when it comes to role-playing games. Mass Effect is one of my favorite series, so that's what really hooks on me, because I'm a big horror fan. The last one that I really loved was Alien Isolation. That was the first true horror game that I thought.
I slobber over that game. So good. Anyway.
Yeah. So that's why I'm excited for it. It's a role-playing horror game. Why would you not get excited for it? It's the it's kind of like a basic setting. Oh, you got these teenagers in the woods, stuff like that. But it's probably going to be pretty good. I mean, why would it not be?
It's here's the problem with horror is it doesn't pick something most of the time. It doesn't pick something to isolate what you are particularly afraid of and build upon that. It just picks, I'm going to open up this door real slow with some weird music, and then boom, something pops out of me. And it's startle tactics, not scare tactics. That's what I hope this game does not do. I really hope that it actually scares you. I really hope that it actually builds upon something that happened in your past that's haunting you. And you can relate to that in the game. And, I'm sitting in this dark room, and now I'm actually scared. I really hope it's something like that. I hope it's not just every 5 seconds you take 5 minutes to open up a door or a window, and then a mask comes up and scares you, and there's some weird loud noise. I hate that crap. It's not horror. It's just teeny bopper PG-13 prom night crap. It is not freaking scary.
Like, we need to have something that's real. What's like a real killer out there, or something that's like a real like haunting thing. If it's something spiritual or whatever it is. I mean, if it's something really that is going to come back and haunt you and keep you awake at night, that kind of thing.
Yeah, even if it's a concept of, this could happen to you in the future, or being alone. That's a great concept to build off of, because why do you think we're in families? So we're not alone. So when you're actually alone, that's something great. That's why Alien Isolation, the fact that it's just you on this ship, that was such a great concept.
Yeah.
And so for this to do something,
one-on-one thing.
Exactly. And one of the things I hope that this does is build on darkness and what it's like to be in darkness. Because the gameplay we've seen from it is you're in the woods in the winter and it's dark.
Yeah, a cabin in the woods kind of thing. And it's just at night. I mean, I don't think I saw a single footage besides like a light in a room that was not darkness.
Yeah.
So
we're really excited for that. One of the, I don't know. We're just there's so many good things going on that are coming that are going to come out near the end of the year of 2015 that we're extremely just ecstatic about. But as for that, that's going to wrap up all of our talk for Game Talk this week on Dweeb Factory. Again, my name is Bo.
My name is Hunter.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Have a good rest of the week.
Do it! Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow, so just do it! Make your dreams come true! Just do it! Some people dream of success while you're gonna wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit, and you're not gonna stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it! Yes, you can! Just do it! If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up.